Could humans ever live on Saturn? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But humanity has always been obsessed with the impossible. We've walked on the moon, we're planning colonies on Mars, and one day we might set our sights even farther, to the magnificent planet Saturn. So, could we really live there? What would we need to survive? And what dangers would await us? Let's find out. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun, a colossal world 9 times wider than Earth. But there's a problem. You can't walk on it. Saturn doesn't have a solid surface. It's a gas giant, made mostly of hydrogen and helium. That means if you tried to land there, you'd just sink into endless layers of gas and be crushed by the planet's immense pressure. Its upper atmosphere is a hostile mix of ammonia, methane, and water vapor, with average temperatures around minus 178 degrees Celsius. The deeper you go, the greater the pressure becomes, enough to destroy even the strongest spacecraft in minutes. So, no, you can't live on Saturn, but maybe you could live around it. Saturn has more than 140 moons, and some of them are truly fascinating. The most famous is Titan, and it's our best candidate for survival. Titan has a thick atmosphere, even denser than Earth's. It's mostly nitrogen, with traces of methane, which gives it an orange haze. You couldn't breathe there. There's no oxygen. But Titan's dense air could protect colonists from deadly radiation. The surface is icy and extremely cold, around minus 180 degrees. But Titan also has lakes and rivers of liquid methane and ethane. Incredibly, it's one of the few places beyond Earth where stable liquids exist on the surface. So if humans ever live near Saturn, it would probably be on Titan, or in an orbital station nearby. Let's imagine we decide to colonize Titan or build floating habitats in Saturn's orbit. What would we need to survive? A. Pressure-resistant habitats. First, we'd need fully sealed, temperature-controlled habitats. They must withstand extreme cold, maintain internal air pressure, and be completely airtight. These bases could be built using graphene or carbon fiber composites, materials strong enough to handle Titan's harsh conditions. Inside, life support systems would recycle air, water, and waste in a closed loop. B. Oxygen and water. There's no oxygen on Titan, but there's plenty of methane and frozen water. We could produce oxygen by breaking down water ice through electrolysis, using energy from nuclear or fusion reactors. Water could also be collected from melted ice and purified for drinking and farming. Recycling systems would capture carbon dioxide exhaled by colonists and turn it back into oxygen, just like on the International Space Station, but far more advanced. C. Power sources. Because Saturn is so far from the Sun, solar power is nearly useless. Sunlight is only about 1% as strong as it is on Earth. Instead, colonies would rely on 1. Nuclear fission reactors, or 2. Fusion power, the same process that powers the Sun. Fusion reactors would be ideal, clean, efficient, and able to produce immense energy from small amounts of hydrogen, something Saturn has in abundance. D. Food production. Bringing food from Earth would be unsustainable. Instead, colonists would use hydroponic farms, growing plants without soil, using nutrient solutions and artificial light. The plants wouldn't just feed people, they'd help recycle carbon dioxide and produce oxygen too. Since sunlight is weak, powerful LED grow lights would be used, energy intensive but reliable. E. Radiation shielding. Saturn's magnetic field is incredibly strong, trapping huge amounts of radiation. Unprotected humans could die within minutes. To survive, habitats must be shielded with thick layers of lead, water, or ice, or built underground or beneath Titan's icy crust for natural protection. Titan's atmosphere helps reduce radiation exposure, but not enough on its own. F. Transport and fuel. Traveling from Earth to Saturn would take 6 to 8 years with current technology. That's a long dangerous journey. Future propulsion systems, like ion drives, plasma thrusters, or nuclear rockets, could cut that time drastically. And here's the clever part. Titan's methane could be used to make rocket fuel. This would let humans refuel locally, making colonies self-sufficient. Even with technology, life around Saturn would be brutally hard. A. Extreme cold. At 180 degrees C, metal becomes brittle, machinery freezes, and even simple repairs are life-threatening. A power failure could mean death within minutes. B. Pressure differences. Saturn's atmosphere becomes insanely dense with depth. No spacesuit could survive it. Only the upper layers or orbital platforms are safe for human activity. C. Radiation. Radiation levels near Saturn are intense enough to destroy electronics and harm human DNA. Long-term exposure would lead to cancer, organ failure, or death. Without strong shielding, survival is impossible. D. Saturn's rings. Those beautiful rings, they're deadly. Each ring is made of billions of ice and rock fragments, moving it up to 60,000 km/h. One small piece could obliterate a spacecraft. So, how could humans actually live in the Saturn system? Here are the most realistic scenarios. 1. Floating cities. Massive airborne platforms in Saturn's upper atmosphere, where pressure and temperature are stable enough to sustain human habitats. These cities would float like balloons, filled with lighter gases such as helium or hydrogen. 2. Titan colonies. Titan offers solid ground, a thick atmosphere, and local resources. It's the best place for a long-term colony. Humans would live inside sealed domes, using Titan's ice and methane for energy, fuel, and water. 3. Orbital stations. Gigantic artificial satellites orbiting Saturn, powered by fusion energy. These could serve as research bases, transport hubs, or even permanent space cities. Living around Saturn isn't just a technical challenge, it's an emotional one. Imagine years of isolation, dark skies, and no direct sunlight. Communication with Earth would have a delay of over an hour, one way. To cope, colonies would need virtual reality spaces for recreation, AI companions for mental health, strong community systems, and cultural activities to preserve morale. Because survival isn't only about breathing, it's about meaning. A Saturn colony wouldn't just be a base, it would be a new society. Is it really possible? With today's technology, no. But in the future, absolutely possible. With advancements in fusion power, AI-managed habitats, and nanomaterials, humanity could one day make the impossible possible. Maybe in a few centuries, Saturn's orbit will host massive space cities, glowing among the planet's golden rings. Future generations might look up at those shimmering clouds and call them home. Surviving on Saturn would mean redefining what it means to be human. Extreme cold, crushing pressure, deadly radiation. Yet the human spirit has always found a way. We don't explore space just to live. We explore to understand, to push boundaries, to prove we can. Today, Saturn is just a distant light in the night sky. But one day, someone might stand in a dome on Titan, look up at those magnificent rings, and say, "We made it, and we're still alive." This is Oralona Station. Thanks for watching.